I'm at Wise Earth Farm in Kelowna, BC, my hometown. And I wanted to talk to you guys today about the amazing yield you can get from bulb onions and shallots with the paper pot transplanter. So what we're looking at here, we're in Wise Earth's nursery, which is doubling as a onion curing house in the summer, which many or most market gardeners do at some point in their season, late summer. And I wanted to talk about the specs of these crops. So let's just particularly talk about the shallots. Shallots are a little bit more high value than onions. You know, you can get around $4 a pound for shallots. And what we're looking at here is this whole bed here, or this whole bench here, and part of this bench here. I did a rough calculation just to kind of like, I weighed out with my little scale how much they had in a foot, and then I just calculated how much feet is there. So this is a bed and a half worth. And I'm calculating about 660 pounds of shallots here. So that works out to be about 440 pounds per 100 foot bed. So $440 or 440 pounds times, you know, anywhere between say $2 and $4, that's a lot of money on the bed. So let's just talk about the specs here. And a big part of the reason why it's so profitable to do onions with a paper pot transplanter is that it reduces so much cultivation time up front and transplant time. So it's not only is it slow to transplant onions, and that's probably the biggest selling feature of the paper pot transplanter, but it also saves you cultivation time because you can have a better prepared stale bed before the onions go in, transplant them quick, and then you might only have to do 1 or 2 cultivations in the life cycle of this crop. You know, these are a full season crop. To get a full a shallot like this or an onion, you know, these probably would have went in the ground somewhere in May and harvested around now. We're at the end of August. So, you know, you're looking at anywhere between, let's just say $1,200 to $1,600 per 100 foot bed. That's a profitable crop. And especially the fact that these crops barely take any work. You know, you start them in the greenhouse, you transplant them, you might cultivate the soil or weed it once or twice, and then you harvest it. There's no washing to do. You know, you cut your greens off your onion or your shallot, and then you let them sit here for a couple weeks to cure, and then you pack them up and you can sell them all winter long. So there's a lot of value in that crop alone. But the way John is planting these here at Wise Earth is he's doing 3 rows per 30-inch bed with 6-inch chain pots, and he's doing about 3 to 4 seeds per cell. That is getting him these kinds of yields. And he's getting the same yield, say, call it per capita, as he is with other onions. You know, we've got some just some basic white onions here, and then we've got some red wing onions. That's a fantastic storage onion. It's tried and true. I've kept red wing in my root cellar for 2 years and they've been good. So it's a fantastic onion. So you're going to get similar yields. You'll probably get more weight of yield from the red wing and the yellow onions as the shallots, but they're a slightly lower value crop. Shallots you can sell for a little bit higher, but all the specs are the same. You know, the same rows, 6-inch chain pots, 3 to 4 seeds per cell. You're pretty much good. You know, maybe on the bigger onions you could go a little bit lower. Maybe you could go say 2 to 3 on these bigger onions, but they'll grow together. And then if you've got 6-inch chain pots with 3 rows, that's enough room that if you had say 3 of these onions per chain pot, it's enough room for all of them. And I've seen, I can't show you right now because these guys they've harvested all these, but when you see them in the field when they're just about mature, the bed is just thick onions. There's barely any room for any soil. It's just pure onion. So I thought I'd share that with you guys. This is just another crop that makes a lot of sense to use with the paper pot transplanter. And speaking of paper pot transplanters, I just wanted to put out an offer to you guys. We are going to be giving away, if you want to get into the paper pot system, we're going to be giving away a TerraTech tine rake, just like this guy, which is a fantastic tool for weeding your beds. We're going to be giving those away. If you buy a paper pot kit I think we've only got about 20 of these. So if you buy a paper pot kit, the link will be in the show notes. Within the time that we've got these, you'll get one of those rakes for free. So hope you guys found that video helpful. If you did, hit the subscribe, share and like them, and we'll see you in the next video.